let's see what else. I'm just jumping around here. Oh, Mo Farah. Let's talk about Mo Farah. So there's a headline in the Sun in the UK, and it says one Mo run. I hope when Mo Farah
Off to a great
retires,
start.
the headline is one Mo pun because they've gotten a lot of mileage out of the fact that his name is Mo over the years, and I hope that the British media pays homage to it by recognizing that he's given them so much. Anyway, the headline says Mo Farah targets one final summer of glory with London 2012 hero determined not to let career end on a failure. That's just the perfect British framing of this story. So yeah, he goes on to
He's a
say that he
hero?
wants to compete.
I didn't know he's a
London
hero.
2012 hero. Yeah. He's been knighted and all that stuff, right? So he's got the Sir Mo on the bib. He he's saying he wants to wear the British kit again, but doesn't say in what capacity, whether or not it be the World Champs, Commonwealth Games, European Championships. Does mention he has the ankle injury. Obviously, remember he did not qualify for the Olympics last year or this year, excuse me, in the 10,000. Took a couple cracks at getting the qualifying time and didn't get it. But he said he's not done yet. He said he's still hungry for more. He ruled out Paris 2024 because he said he'd be 41 at that point. Talked about maybe running in the London Marathon as well too. But the main thing from the article is the British kit, wearing that again. And there's a couple good quotes in here that I wanted to point out. The first one, he says, "The world champs in Oregon? Listen, I couldn't even qualify for Tokyo. So that's the first step, you know? You cannot just say, I'm going to the world champs." He went on to say, "If Tokyo had happened the way I wanted it to happen, that could have been it. But because it didn't happen, it's different." Which makes sense. He wanted the one final swan song, the last opportunity to compete, and he wanted the perfect ending. Didn't get it. So now he's in search of it. But this is where it can become difficult because the more you dig, the more you go, the more opportunities uh, elude you, the tougher it gets to get it back. And then it's, man, Farah's been at this for, he's trying to do the swan song now for 6 months and 12 months and 18 months and 24 months. I think it's great when, compete as long as you want. It's awesome. I love it when all athletes do this. It doesn't, people get mad because it like ruins the ending. No, go until you have absolutely nothing left. But very few people get the send off that they dream of, especially if you're someone who's been as successful as Mo Farah. What is the proper way to go out? Is a Commonwealth gold good enough? Is it, like you said, making a world champs, one last world champs and getting sixth? Is that okay? It's hard to do this, and when you chase it, it can get difficult to know when the right time to bow out is.
Yeah, what? I don't know what. I mean, I just don't think he should want to like dream of participation. Like, the idea that like I just want to wear the British jersey one more time. That's like for him, he should recognize, like, I don't know, he's bigger than that in my mind. Like, he's worn it so many
Sure.
times that's like it'd be like an NBA player be like, I just want to play one more basketball game. Like, I feel like an NBA player is like, I want to win one more title, or I, I want to
Right.
win one more Super Bowl. But like,
But he
I want to
lost. He
just
didn't get it
come.
though. He didn't get it though. That's the thing. He lost it. He didn't get to do it in 2021. So I think getting it back would qualify as a success, even though it's farther away.
So it didn't work out in the 10K. Marathon doesn't seem to be
It's tough.
his bread and butter. It's tough. It's a lot of miles. Easy to get hurt. This is what we should do. Hey Mo, you want to go out in style? You want to have
Hmm.
ability to wear that British kit one more time? It's not about having one more run. Have one more walk. Become a race walker. Qualify. You could be the first ever
Mm.
dual race walking long distance athlete to represent one country in two different, like, we talk about the thing Mo, like
Is
4-8
that an actual
double,
stat?
Alison
Or
Felix 2-4, all these. doubles, the 5 10K double, do the race walk 10K double. Not in the same year, obviously, but qualify for world championships in both the race walk and 5K, 10K
Is that
within one career. That's what you need to do. Become a race walker.
is that is that stat actually real, or did you just make that up? That no one's ever done that before.
I made it up, but when I think about it, I could have accidentally made up a correct stat. If someone in the chat wants to tell me of another infamous race walker
Yeah,
10K athlete, I'm all ears. But
maybe someone back
I
in the
have a
day.
feeling there's only been 0 and he could become the one. How great would
He could
that
be
be?
number one.
How he would draw so many eyes to the race walk. We talk the race
Yeah,
walk notoriously underrepresented and under talked about. We never talk about it. A lot of other people don't talk about it. Just race walkers talk about it, and they tell us in Twitter that we need to talk about it more. But if Mo Farah qualified for the race walk, dude, we would all get
hmm,
excited. We would all watch it. We all would want to see.
yeah.
It'll be like when Jim Walmsley was running the Olympic trials. Like, what's this? This ultra guy going to do? Trail guy's going to do in the marathon? People are going to want to know, what does the double Olympic champion do in a race walk? That's what he needs to do. He has the
I think
fitness.
he
He just needs to get the form, and then he's there.
1 foot on the ground, one mo walk. I don't think he does that. I don't think he wants to do the marathon, but I think he'd rather do the marathon than race walk. I think the path is going to be qualifying for something this year, whether it's Commonwealth, European, or World Champs. But then the real send off. The article makes reference to Paula Radcliffe's final race at the London Marathon. I think he does one more marathon in London, and then he gets the stage, gets the applause, and the expectations there are low too. So no one expects him to go out with the win there. So if he runs, a solid fourth or fifth, I think that would please him at this point. But it's interesting just how quickly things. I mean, with everybody, how quickly things changed because it was like, he's still around. And then I remember 2019, he was hinting at potentially running in Doha at the World Championships. Didn't do it, obviously. But then we're like, all right, just to set up for 2020 in Tokyo. He's going to get ready. He's going to make a comeback. It's going to be an epic 10K with Cheptegei, all the Ethiopians, all the Kenyans. It's going to be a battle. And 2020 obviously didn't happen. And then before you knew it, it's like, what event is he in? And he was just out there. And then we weren't even really, I wasn't even paying any attention to, hey, is he even going to get the standard for 2021? I thought for sure. I thought the question would be just how could he actually contend for a medal again? And he didn't even make the team, but 38 years old. So as he says in the article, he's getting on a bit.
I mean, he's 5 years removed, right? Wait, 2022 will be
Well,
5
17.
years removed from when he was the last time he was like a relevant, like world renowned competitor in track and field, right? 2017. So, I mean, it just seems like, why you extended a fifth year? Like, isn't 4 years of like kind of swan songing? It's a really long swan song. That's what I'm saying. We're going on a 5 year swan song, right?
Because you start
If he
chasing,
changed,
it's like
remember?
gambling. You go
Yeah.
down a little bit, and then you try to get it back, and then you have to bet more to get it back, and then you're in a worse position than you were when you started. That's why he's trying to recapture some of that. And if he's looking at 2021 as a failure, it's like, well, I don't want to end with that as my last race. I want to end with something positive. But you're right. 17. But the thing was 17. He runs 26:49. He medals,
Yeah.
and
He's
then
good.
18. Yeah, 18. It's more about the roads, and then 19 as well. And then before you know it, it's hey, what happened to Mo Farah? So, I mean,
Yeah.
19, he ran a 10K. I mean, he ran 28:15 was his season best on the in the 10K. I mean, it was mostly a road based thing, and the road had never really worked out. So, as well as people probably thought it could. I mean, he still ran fast, but he had the unfortunate honor of competing at the same time as Eliud Kipchoge and a bunch of other fast guys.
One
Anyway,
thing that is kind of wild
ready to move
though, when
on?
you do look at his one last thing, when you look at his 10K he ran in 2021, he ran
Yeah,
27:47 in 2021. His first
yeah.
10K was in 2008. He ran 27:44. So over a span of 13 years, he was only 3 seconds slower.